Hello, everybody, from Mayo Pierce Hardline Productions. I know I haven't done a video for at least a week or two, but I figured I'd try to get one right away here as quick as I can. So today I'm going to take a look at a more obscure movie title from the 80s that not many people are familiar with. And the one we're going to look at today here is this film called Bullies. Bullies came out in 1986 by director Paul Lynch, and if not many people know who Paul Lynch is, he was the director of this movie, Prom Night, with Jamie Lee Curtis, which came out back in the horror boom of the late 70s, early 80s. And Prom Night, of course, is like one of the more famous slasher films, but like I said, this is probably the most famous film that Paul Lynch directed. But this movie is not the focus of this review, so like I said, this is the focus. Bullies is this unknown little film that I found. My grandfather owned a VHS store, and I happened to come across the tape inside the store, and I figured, well, I'd give it a watch and see what it's like, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was an interesting, intense, brutal thriller, basically about a family that moves into a small town that's run by a clan of fiendish thugs, basically welcome the family by attacking them, savaging the mother, tormenting the father, and beating up the girlfriend. And the son, on the front cover there, does survive the attack and ultimately does get revenge on them. So that's pretty much what the movie's about. So the title of the movie definitely says it all. Well, when it comes to lead actors, there's not really many known ones on here except for Olivia Debeau, who's there on the front cover. Olivia Debeau appeared in a few movies, like she was in Conan the Destroyer and a couple of other things. She was in Wayne's World 2. So her older sister is Mariam Debeau, who was a Bond girl in one of the James Bond movies, Living Daylights. There's not really a lot to talk about in the movie. Like I said, I haven't seen it for such a long time, but I figured, it'd be a fun movie to bring up because I wanted to bring this obscure title into the limelight. But unfortunately, it's not available on Blu-ray. I only have the DVD here. By the way, if you're wanting to get it on DVD, I would say good luck. This DVD is out of print and it's very difficult to locate. I bought it used a little over a decade ago for about, the cheapest I could find it was like $70. Yes, why did I spend $70 on this DVD back then? I have no idea, but like I said, I was young and stupid. It was over a decade ago when I bought it. I don't do that anymore. I never buy a DVD if it's over $70 anymore. So, and of course the DVD has nothing on it. There's no extras. It's full frame, by the way, and it's not exactly in the best of picture quality, so it's... But the good news is that if you can't find it on DVD at a cheap price, the movie is available on YouTube. You can watch it on there. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it on there. If it's free, by the way. But of course, it does have ads. But you can actually watch the movie for free on there if you have Amazon Prime, which I discovered. And it's on YouTube. So I would suggest give this movie a look. It's actually not bad. It's very intense, though. It definitely has a lot of brutal scenes in it. But, being an 80s film, that's kind of the name of the game. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera focused up here. There you go. So, yeah, for the most part, it's actually worth a look. I recommend it. But it does have a couple of scenes that are probably mimicked in other films. There's a scene in the movie in which two guys try to duke each other out with if anybody remembers the scene from Aliens where, the knife hand trick where Bishop takes the knife and he just kind of like stabs right between the fingers. There's like two guys in a bar that tried to do that to each other. And it's funny because Bullies did come out the same year as Aliens did, so it's very interesting. So, yeah, for the most part, it's worth a look. So, if you grew up with the 80s, if you're into that kind of movie, it's worth it. There are some good scenes in it. There are some rough ones, but for the most part, it's actually worth looking at. Some scenes are not for the faint of heart, though. But honestly, what do I know? Sometimes when you dig up a gem like this, you actually because sometimes there's a lot of films that come out in the 80s that don't exactly hold up too well. And there's some that you just come across and you think, actually, that wasn't too bad. It's like going on Netflix and you find a movie that's, you know, a rare gem amongst all the a sea of bad movies, and then you finally find something that's actually worth looking at. Honestly, I give Bullies a look. It's, and like I said, it is an interesting movie. So for the most part, yeah, I know I said it enough. I give it a watch. So anyway, that's pretty much it for today. So, so this concludes the video. So if everybody check it out, hit like and subscribe, and if you think the movie is interesting enough, look for it on YouTube. And if you can find it on DVD, I would not. If it's under $50, I would say check it out. But even though, because the DVD is it's full frame, it doesn't have the best picture quality and audio, and the fact that there's no extras on the disc, I'd say it's not worth a look. But for anybody that's going to comment about why I'm in such a moron for spending $70 on it, I've already said my piece. So, like I said, that was over a decade ago. I have no intention of ever spending that much money on a DVD ever again. But like I said, this is a rare DVD. It's very hard to find. So, overall, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to say it again. This concludes the video, so check it out. Hit like and subscribe to us at Mayo Peters Hardline Productions, and stay tuned for the next video, and it'll be a surprise. Again, I'll be picking up some rare movie title and just talking about it and say what I want. So until then, everybody have a good day, be safe, and take care.